Hi, my name is Lorielhanon, and I own a healing center here in Denver, Colorado called Healing Light Center, and a raw food community called Raw Utopia. And I wanted to share my experience about the technology, Corey Herder, and love activators and technology that I've been on. I'm currently on 5 bed sets, and I've been on that many since last December. So I want to give you a little bit of background to tell you a little bit about my story and what this has done for me in my life. So it all started 3 years ago. I lost my son. He passed away at the age of 22. And owning a business here in town, after he passed, I was having a really difficult time being able to run my business any longer. I would have days where I could go into work and then days where I couldn't. And I was in a cycle where I felt very frozen, unable to get past the emotions and unable to get past those feelings of sadness and pain and anguish that a mom would feel when they lost their child, their only child. He was my only child. And I had really been seeking from Divine, asking Divine, please show me something that can shift this for me. I'm in so much agony, and I have so many gifts I want to give to the world and to the planet, but I feel like I'm so stuck. I feel like I'm so frozen right now in all of this pain, all this anguish in my heart. So about that time, I was listening to a clip with a friend from David Wilcock, and in listening to the clip, I became kind of interested in what he had to say, and I thought it was really neat. And so I looked up his website, and on the website there was just a little blip about Corey Herder, 300 near-death experiences. And I thought, wow, there's something there, something that was pulling me. And especially since my son had just passed, it was really pulling me because it felt like there would be information there that I needed. So I went to the website, and I just began to just devour everything I was seeing on the website. I thought, wow, this is what I need. This is my next step. This is what I've been looking for. So I went to the little spot there, the little link where you can download the technology, and I printed out one piece and I put it under my head. Well, that night I started having a lot of dreams, and I could feel that something had shifted. It was like I was processing more, and I thought, well, that's interesting. So I printed out 6 or 7 more, and I put them under my bed. And that night, again, another shoot up. I was processing even more, and I was like, okay, I'm going to get a love capsule. Okay, I can tell this stuff is working. So then I got a love capsule, again, another shift in my processing at night. And so then one of the other things I had been struggling with at the time, really looking for answers with, was that in the passing of my son, it had depleted all my own financial resources just trying to save him. And so that being really depleted, those were some of the answers I was looking for in my life. But I went ahead and made the jump and got on some of the technology and ordered bed sets. And one of the first things that happened was within 3 weeks, a check for a very large sum of money came in from an unexpected source. And so there was the first piece. It was like it was starting to flow. Things were starting to flow in my life again. Like a piece that was stuck, the financial piece, was now flowing. And what I began to notice was really interesting at night. When my son passed away, he was 6 feet tall, but 85 pounds. And so there was very little of him left. He was just basically a skeleton. And just those memories were so vivid in my head. And when I first got on all those bed sets, what would happen at night was I would see all those pictures of him, and he was in those states where it felt like he was just, talking to me, but really just death on the bed, just laying there talking to me. And I would have all these vivid dreams, and they were horrific to me. They were like nightmares. But what my body was doing was processing this information like it needed to, because I had felt so stuck I couldn't even work any longer. And so little by little, I started noticing, the longer I was on the technology, that those memories, those dreams were starting to shift. And then the dreams would shift to, all of a sudden he was younger and he was healthier. And then younger and even healthier, all his young years and all my good memories of him. So I could tell that it was moving out the stuff that was so hard for me and so painful in the way that I was seeing him and visualizing him. And finally got to a point where when I would just dream, it was all the happy memories, all the good things that I remember about him, all the wonderful things about him. And so it shifted that out, and I started feeling stronger, and I felt like I could go back to work, and like I could live again, like I could start to give my gifts again to the world. And it was powerful. It like gave me my life back. It was I wasn't frozen. It was like I could live again, I could be happy again. I started finding myself laughing again. I started finding myself very productive at work again. And at night I would just sleep deeply, lots of dreams, lots of things moving through. And so little by little the progression has just moved forward in such a fantastic way. At night I started noticing that when the room was dark, around me I could begin to see the aura that was in the room at night. In the darkness I could see that glow around me. I started noticing that my intuitive abilities were being heightened. I started noticing that the decisions I could make were quicker. Connections are more synchronistic. Every aspect of my life was just starting to come together. Relationships would come together and form the way they were supposed to synchronistically. Meetings with people that I had been wanting to have were now happening, and things that weren't benefiting my life were moving out. So it's just recently, in the past few weeks, I've actually upgraded and got on some of the new fusion technology, and that is really moving some things through. So all of a sudden at night, moving through what seemed like several really long dreams, kind of like you're watching a movie, have now moved to like 20, 25 dreams, lots of stuff moving, but now things in my outside life are also shifting at that speed as well. All of a sudden everything's like warp speed, everything's happening very quickly, very synchronistic, thoughts very creative. All I can say is this technology is awesome. Thank you, Corey, so much, and I just can't wait to get on more of it. Thank you so much.